Off the play fake. Osborne. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Osborne. Over the middle, complete. It's Chavez. And they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long. Operating from the gun. Osborne. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. So this is something we didn't see it all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So excellent starting field position here for the Chargers. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 11.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 11-yard line.
On 2nd, and the ball is knocked out. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now a handoff running through the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And goal at the 12-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First down, Snowhawks.
Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take him downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the gun on third down, Osborne working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
And the Toronto first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
He was taken down at the 10.
Ball sits on the 10, second and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on third and 2. Operating from the gun, Osborne. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up
second and 11. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gutierrez. Here comes third down and 7.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it third.
They're going to look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Second quarter now. Toronto in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. From the gun on third down, Osborne. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. The punt team on now as this one's sent away. Ooh, the juke. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And 7.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So nothing doing there. And it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And 10.
Back to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Fielded at the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Osborne. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Allen. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Here we go on second and 12. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll go with a keeper. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the delay, Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And for the 2nd time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He finds his man complete. It's Gutierrez. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing the out route incomplete is Gutierrez. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, completion to Rice.
Complete to number 32. A gain of 2.
Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 31-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. They'll look to throw again. He's into space past the 25. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gutierrez. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
One more go for this offense in the first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Chavez. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal to wait going. And that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
So halftime here out west. Let's go.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
A beautiful fake. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The backup Murray, his first throw. Man, and he hits him in stride. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Toronto.
They'll run on first down. Santos. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Now Murray off play action. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Snowhawks have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
At the 43-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rice. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
At the 37-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chargers 10.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Oh, good move. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
Second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. He'll look to set up his block. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
Wide open receiver complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they send a man in motion right. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are back within a score. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is down to a field goal.
Chargers 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Up the middle they go. It's Santos. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. They need 2. Here's third down.
And it's third down.
Now Murray. He'll try to pick it up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And they bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Shifts by him at the 25. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And they will take over 1st and 10. With the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
They'll set up to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is taken at the 15. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll start with the option. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
13 yards. And the Toronto first down.
From the gun, Murray. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Murray. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First down, Toronto.
On first down, it's Santos. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Murray now. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Doing with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. The Charger offense making their way back out there. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
At the 29-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really
under pressure, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Under pressure, they got him again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They're going to look to throw. For Kenner here, it's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Looking to put a drive together. Murray going to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Here's Allen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again. And this time he finally breaks through. It's a touchdown.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
27. Chargers, 17.
A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So the Chargers now down by 10, 2:12 to play. The 2-minute warning, that's going to be their only chance to stop the clock, so they'll need to move quickly here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Gutierrez. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll drop to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete. A big play looming on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs.
So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Toronto, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.